Magandang gabi po. Magandang araw. Anyway, by the way, my friend, when was your first time to come here in the Philippines?
First time to come to the Philippines would be 2008.
2008.
Yes.
Did you put up your business right away?
Not yet. I was in properties, in investments, properties and all.
Then what happened with that?
All the while I've been doing properties for the longest period. So the last I came here was actually 2016 or 2017,
Hmm.
where we have a resort in Puerto Galera. So after 3 years in Puerto Galera, I gave up the beach life, living in the beach, because I'm a city guy,
Hmm.
so I need to see modern things. So after that, it was pandemic. Yeah,
So how long have you been here?
living here is already about 8 years.
Eh, quite long.
Yeah.
Long enough, yeah. And then, what's the difference between doing a business here in the Philippines and in Singapore?
Doing business in Singapore, it's of course it's very strict there. Things are very fast paced, very focused and all. Compared to the Philippines, the opportunity is bigger because you have mass crowd. You see, the population of Philippines is very big, and you're talking about a country that has a huge land area. So to see an opportunity in Philippines is definitely a good visible business to do as well, to be in here, and the people are friendlier.
So how did you find your staff?
My staff are good. I'm lucky and blessed to have them, as they are very focused, and I also train them to have that kind of a mindset that time is very precious.
Yeah,
Time is money, you
that's
know,
right.
and you only live once. And while you are young, you need to do the best you can before you get age catching up and all that. So I train them in quality control. When you do something, it has to finish with quality. Yes.
Of course, they must be honest,
Oh yes,
loyal.
definitely, definitely. You can't cheat, steal, and all that, nah, basically. So for them, they are very transparent with me. If they need anything, they just tell me upfront. Yeah.
It's not like me that I'm telling them, "Oy, it's the Storya."
No, no. How it
Yeah,
started?
how this
Okay,
started.
it started during just before pandemic. Yes. So we before I gave up the resort, before I sold it off and all, what we did is we have some existing paintings there, which I
In the resort.
in the resort. So what I did is I helped the owner to get it refurbished and touch up, reframing and all. So I brought it back to Muntinlupa. That's
Mm,
where I'm staying,
mm,
okay, residing. So when I was searching around, I came to SM Tunasan. So I went up to the shop and I so happened to bump into Miss Owie. So that's when she actually helped me out with the artworks of refurbish, and then so happened that she's an artist and I also want to do a business.
mm.
So we became very close and started to venture into art business.
So she gave you the idea to put up something
She
like,
inspired me to get into arts. I
yeah.
mean, as Singaporeans, we don't have much exposure in arts because you really need to work a 9 to 5 job or do other business. The artists there are good as well, but compared to Filipinos, there is a gap. There's a significant gap there because Filipinos, they can be full-time artists and
Yes,
they can
yes.
practice every day. But in Singapore, you don't have
You
the
can,
luxury to do that because it's a fast-growing country.
mm,
Plus, if you're not working, it's an expensive place
yeah,
to live. You can't
you
survive.
will not eat.
Yes, you see. So
Something like
in
that, yeah.
Philippines, cost of living is much lower.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and you can find opportunities in working some side jobs, and also sometimes for artists, they can practice as much as possible. So, if you talk about skill wise, I would admit that Filipinos artists are really, really incredible. Yeah, so that's when actually I started liking arts. She started introducing me all the artists. So basically, the main person who influenced me into getting into the love of arts is Miss Owie.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
this
when
guy.
we started our online, which is Visual Central. Visual Central is actually our online, and then it started with my house. I converted my house into a home gallery. So it's literally not a gallery, a typical, not a traditional gallery. It's
Yeah.
a home gallery furnitures. So you could actually see how the artworks be like in the house, in your home.
Mm-mm-mm.
So after that, we have started having exhibition areas. So we started growing, and growing over for the past 2 years. So we have around already 8 locations at that time throughout Metro Manila. So after which we decided to register a company which is called VAM International Art Gallery, which VAM stands for, it represents artists, because being an artist, you need to have vision, what you want to paint or what you want to be.
Mm.
And then when you want to be, when you are an artist, A stands for artistry, V is visionary, artistry, mastery.
Oh, yeah.
So
Very nice,
while,
very nice.
yes,
Yeah.
so being an artist, your next step is to go further in a higher skill level. So mastery would be the last thing you would be, because you need to master your arts, or you need to do as much as possible more exhibits, more group shows, more solos, so that you can reach the master level.
Mm.
Yeah, so VAM would be visionary, artistry, and mastery. So these three represents an artist himself. So international, we are just focusing in other countries, mainly in Singapore and Malaysia. But Singapore, we will start off first because I'm a Singaporean.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So with this new gallery, this will be our, I may say, a showroom.
Yes.
This will be the number one showroom for the group, right?
Yes,
So
correct.
are you planning to make something like another place or?
In God's will, hopefully, if everything goes well, then we might have another place.
Yeah,
But for now, for us, it's like we take one step at a time
yeah,
first. Since the VAM International Gallery is already up and running in Philippines, the next step would be VAM International in Singapore.
yeah. And then other ones maybe in Indonesia, something like that, right?
Yes, correct. So since we are going to do some shows there, so my plan is to set up one there, so that it's connecting countries, and we can, since Philippines and Singapore has a treaty already by the government sector, let's do it in the art world, where we have VAM Philippines and VAM Singapore,
Yeah,
so we can bring artists to cross border to give them the utmost exposure they deserve.
yeah. Let's go to another topic, something like this. The big galleries here sign their artists exclusively. Do you plan to do that?
No, because artists should spread their wings and fly as high as they can go. We I'm not here to control anyone or any artist, because that is tied down. If you are in a gallery, you should be helping the artist and not just focusing on you can be exclusive, but in the artworks, not the person. That
Okay.
means, example, if I want you to be exclusive for a fish series, or a feng shui series, then it would be exclusive to us for this particular series, not
That's
the
good. That's
person,
good.
not the
Nice
person
idea,
itself,
right?
because that is not say being greedy, but it's a different business model for us. I
Mm.
can't speak for other companies, but
Yeah, yeah.
what I can speak is for myself, that I don't like to control people as much as I don't want people to control me. So it's vice versa, you know
Mm-mm-mm.
just the artworks exclusive to us, like, okay, I need this, but you cannot do it for other galleries. This series belongs to our gallery. Maybe you can do another series for another gallery, so that there is no competition between both galleries. Because galleries needs artists. Artists also needs galleries to move in one way or another. So it's actually a partner, you know. So we should all work together happily in harmony, rather than control, contradicting, problems and all that kind, because that will be a problem in the future.
The galleries, if they find your works, your signature works in another gallery, even if it's not the same subject,
Mm.
they may kick you out, something like that.
They do because they want exclusivity. Because you see, as business people, we no one likes competition. You see, because if there is a competition, that means sales generated is slower. You see, so if there is a exclusivity, that will be easier for galleries, and collectors would not say, how come this gallery is selling higher, how come this gallery is
Mm.
selling lower? Because sometimes artists himself, they do not set a correct pricing on themselves. They just put the artist price, but the gallery price is like this. But some other galleries, their cost is higher, their overheads are higher, so they have to sell higher. They can't be selling lower.
Mm.
Maybe some are too rich. They want to sell it lower. I don't know. But for us, it's very simple. We put a significant markup because our overhead is of course high, much higher. But then we also would like to increase the value of an artist for them to have a provision to slowly climb up the ladder, because galleries can do that for the artist. For an artist alone, they can over time, but it's not a instant thing. But with the galleries' help, the galleries can help to push the artist higher in pricing, in reputation, in a lot of things.
In presentation.
Correct.
Yeah. So we will be going international, right?
Yes.
So we start with Singapore, and then are you going to Vietnam also?
Vietnam, no plans yet, but
Yeah, that's a good
Singapore
market
would be
as of now.
first, and then Malaysia, because it's neighboring country.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can travel by road easily from
Mm.
Singapore.
Okay, thank you so much. That's all.
Thank you.
And I'll be doing